Everything I ever needed to know I learned in Bosnia. The Serbs are bastards. They started it. They raped 40,000 women in 20 minutes in a church on Saturday. They bombed their own streets, their own neighborhoods to get sympathy. The Croats didn't have anything to do with it after World War II. They've been innocent since they closed their World War II Nazi death camps. All the CIA did was train them to defend themselves when they were in Bosnia and how to use tanks and long-range guns. Nothing serious. Our press said so, so that's it. Everything I ever needed to know I learned in kindergarten until there was a lot I needed to learn in Bosnia. The Yugoslavs hated each other, mostly because they got along so well for so long. They didn't trust each other because they'd lived in the same places for decades. In kindergarten I learned you can trust the crossing lady, the nice smiling policeman. In Bosnia I learned you can't trust the newspaper reporters, the newspaper editors, any army general, any assistant general, any Navy admiral, any assistant admiral who ran aircraft carriers and launched 4,000 fighter plane sorties a week with 4,000 strategic targets that could clean out 4,000 neighborhoods in 40 hours. No general or admiral in training, no general or admirals will still take correspondence courses. No soldier who got his ideas from the army or from the government. No Secretary of State, no Secretary of the Secretary of State, no bookkeeper of the Secretary of State, no employee of the U.S. government, no congressman, probably no congresswoman, no civilian employee of the federal government, no big shot in any corporation, no banker, no bank teller because they're all kissing the banker's ass to keep their jobs, no state official, no state employee, no one who works for a county or a city because they're all kissing the asses of their superiors, right up to the think tanks that orchestrated Congress action in 1990 to shock a relatively peaceful Yugoslavia with its demand that in 6 months from then the people in Yugoslavia hold separate elections in its 6 regions, thus guaranteeing the split up of the country and making it seem okay for all the empire competitors to get in there on their way to old Russia and the Baku oil fields, the world's richest. Then the U.S. tells the Bosnian Muslim president to break up the 1992 accord agreed to by everybody else to work out solutions, and that this Muslim man would do better doing business with us directly. Even the CIA said this would lead to a very bloody civil war. Everything I ever needed to know I learned on the way home from Bosnia. I learned that corporations and governments will occasionally tell us the truth, but you can't count on it. When I found out the situation in Bosnia was almost the exact opposite of what the papers say, I mean the exact opposite, I dropped my subscription and decided I'll watch the world with my own eyes, my own spirit, my own hints of where I think the truth lies. How many times do I have to be lied to by the news or not talked to about anything I feel deeply are real, and they don't say a word before I realize having me be informed and wise and sensible isn't their job. I think they got their nose up somebody's rear end, and let me tell you, someday I'm going to have it figured out whose rear end it is. Just about everything I ever really needed to know I think I've gotten into on the way home from Bosnia. And I still don't know where this trail for the truth will take me. Maybe to the great clear spaces between the stars, and I can ride a meteor to every ultimate truth. There is somehow, some way to know for sure that love and truth are a part of everything of value, everywhere, without exception. February 1996.